No, I've got an issue. Sorry.
Just,
You
just
know we
one,
mentioned
just one issue. Have
Yeah,
you?
well, exactly. You know we mentioned a while ago that a couple of episodes ago we were talking about auto cars game-changing vehicles.
Oh, the Taken, the DBX, the Puma, and that sort of
The
thing.
Puma. I've seen a few Pumas. I've seen a few Pumas on the road, and
Have you said every single time you've seen it, thinking, "Is that a DBX?"
no.
Oh, I have.
Oh, well, you've looked at it and gone, is that a DBX? No, I was looking at these things, and saw the ad for it,
Right.
and this just brought up my issue with car advertisements at the
At
moment.
the moment, yeah. This is something that's very dear to Charles's heart, for those that don't know.
Why are car advertising so boring? It's so dull.
They are,
So
actually.
let me explain to you the Ford
Yeah, yeah.
Puma.
Oh,
You
God.
saw 10 seconds of the car throughout the whole ad.
How long was the ad?
Oh, it was, I don't know, maybe sort of 25 seconds. So you saw a bit of the car, then you saw the boot storage at the boot.
Really?
Yeah, they've got some sort of cubby hole thing that drops really far down in the boot.
Interesting.
And the rest of it was snowboarders. Every
Hey.
single ad at the moment is not showing the car, it shows the lifestyle that goes with the car. There was a Volvo.
No, it doesn't though. Okay, do you know who drives Do you know who drives snowboarders? Do you know what car snowboarders drive?
What?
Clamped out Jeeps. That's what they drive.
They don't drive
New
Pumas.
Pumas. Do you know why? Because they're cool.
Well, a snowboarder's that cool?
They're cooler than Puma drivers.
Well, that's true. So you showed most of it was snowboarding, and then there was a Volvo XC40 advert which showed zero of the car
Really?
and just people putting bags and shopping and kids running around and all this sort of stuff.
Oh.
And it just drives me insane.
It's like that Audi Q3 advert where they're going through all the woods and the
Do you know,
river.
I don't think that's too bad in comparison.
But no Audi driver does that.
No, that's true. What, are you saying that it should just show them up the arse of someone else
Yes.
on the M1?
Yes.
But the trouble with advertising nowadays is it's people with ponytails,
Man buns.
man buns, who have never sold a car in their life,
Vape every half an hour.
vape every half an hour in the plaid shirts, and they're demonstrating their adverts to people who don't know about marketing. So they go, "Oh, that sounds right." They just want
Yeah, yeah.
awards at the moment. There was another one,
Oh,
the Skoda Paloma Faith one. Did you see that one? You saw a bit of the car drifting around, and Paloma Faith was in a big dress. There was some paint on the floor, something like this, and it was all. I don't know what the point of it was. The whole advert was something about her not being accepted and her being different, and
So not about the car.
no, it was something. It was like, oh, Paloma Faith. There was some commentary about Paloma Faith sounding like a child or something like that. But when they cut the advert down to see the
Right.
one that you actually see in between Top Gear reruns on Dave,
Yeah.
it cuts all of that out. So it just makes absolutely no
Sense.
at all. It's unbelievable. It
Yeah.
really, really is mad. And the funny thing actually is the Skoda advert at the end says, driven by something different. No, they're not.
No,
They're
they're
all
not.
driven
They're
by the
driven by
same
exactly the
2-litre
same-
4-cylinder engine that drives every other
And the
bloody
same
car
person
like that.
drives
And
it.
the
Cycling teams.
same person. But this is quite funny.
Oh,
Let me pull
God.
this up. I'm bringing my laptop out again. Now
You're a big
this
fan
was.
of your new laptop, aren't you?
I know.
It's got a new toy.
Check
and now it
check
works.
this out. Look, there you go. That's an advert for the Audi
No, you are.
RS6.
No, you are taking
Demonstrating it as a family car. Okay, so that's that. This is the news article that went along. German car maker
no.
Audi has apologised for an advert showing a little girl leaning on the front of a high-performance car while she eats a banana. Okay, they've apologised for this. The advert promoting the RS4 event, yada yada yada. They've described it as sexually suggestive, strange, and creepy. What is?
I beg your pardon?
Look, she's dressed up quite nicely.
We're not
She's-
nonces.
The mum's obviously dressed her up and she's got a nice
Sexually
little pair of
suggestive.
sunglasses on, bless her heart, demonstrating this as a family car, holding a banana for some reason because she's healthy, I
Yeah.
imagine. And they've gone and said that this is
Oh, we are
sexually
living in such
suggestive.
a snowflake era, aren't we?
One thing I will admit is it does say some critics pointed to the ad slogan which says "Let's your heart beat faster in every aspect." But that comes back again to the fact that the people who obviously did that Audi advert not
because
thinking about showing the car.
That's because the people who drive Audis have a heart rate of 200 beats a minute because they're so scared about hitting the car in front.
Yeah, well, exactly.
It's like
You're always
the adrenaline.
concentrating. They said the advert was a mistake tweeting, "We hear you, and let's get this straight.
Oh.
We care for children." I'm sorry, it does look kind of like it's running her over.
It does, doesn't it?
Slightly. But what is the problem? And I think we're partly to blame for the amount of
millennials?
The people. No, just the people are to blame for this, because you can jump on Twitter and say, and people were calling it strange and creepy. There's nothing strange and creepy about that. Granted, it's a crap ad. What are they? That should just show. It's an Avant. It's supposed to be in a mountainous environment.
That's what it should be. Should be
floating
going
on some.
pass.
Yes, I know, but that comes back
To
to
a
the problem.
skiing village.
You're not allowed to show speed in adverts. So the same thing with the Puma ad and the same thing with the
Can't show
XC40s
speed.
is all you see is doing them 30 miles an hour. You can't glorify speed in these adverts. So all they do, it's just
I bet those
unbelievable. They
snowboarders
pulled
won't
that
go very
advertisement for that, but then they can't do another thing. They can't show it for speed. So hang on a minute, how are they allowed to put Fast and Furious on the television?
Right.
And that's fine. You can see cars exploding and Vin Diesel driving very quickly and
Getting
all this sort of
banned
stuff
from the
with the
cities.
16 gear changes that you see in Fast and Furious movies. And then when it comes to the advert, you've got to see a car that you might actually buy doing 30 miles an hour in a built-up area. It's unbelievable. Do you know who doesn't have this problem? Ford in America. Now, a few years ago...
They're firing guns out the back of their car.
No, but you see, we don't have in the UK what America has with the Super Bowl.
You're really into this, aren't you?
I'm properly cross. In the Super Bowl ads, you have most of the ads are like 2 minutes long, and it's a big spectacle. People watch the ads, and people put a lot of effort into the ads in the Super Bowl. So there were some brilliant ones, and I'll put some still images on there, as you can see. Of the best one ever was, you remember? Have you ever seen the film Field of Dreams? Where the guy has that, if you build it, they will come. That's the thing. And the baseball team, and he carves a baseball team in his field, and then all these sort of old ghosts come back to play baseball. And so they did one, which was a Ford Mustang advert, and it was, if you build it, he will come. So this guy gets in his tractor, and starts carving out a track in his field, and then he puts tarmac down, and then he paints a start-finish straight on one of it. And then he stands there with this, he puts the keys down of this brand new Mustang, which looks amazing. And he goes, looks around like this. And then out of the blue, Steve McQueen walks. Granted, it's the footage that they used. It was a rendering of Steve McQueen, but they'd adapted it from Bullet, which is they did it a lot better back in 2006 than the Fiat Strada ad did with that awful
Elvis
Presley one. And he comes out of there, gets in the car, and he goes, wham! Straight off, doing the full speedy thing, the whole thing.
That's why we want Mustangs.
That's why we want good adverts. I can't believe that you can't show. We have speed limits. You've got speed cameras every 100 yards. You can show an advert with a car leaning into a corner a little bit. It just drives me insane. Only good advert that's come out recently was the Jaguar Good to Be Bad advert.
Really?
But even then...
That was ages ago.
It was ages ago. It was about 2014. But that's the only one that I can think of. No, they're not going particularly quickly, but it's the whole ambience of it. You can do an advert that shows the car going quickly and shows the style of the car without it being too angry, like that advert did. But they just don't. They just put some shopping bags in the back. It all feels so half-baked.
It does. Have a swig.
Rant over.
Have a swig. That was quite good for you.
Allow me to mop my brow.
The whole thing.
Sorry about that.
I do kind of agree with you though.